now in association with India's premier animators, Maya Digital Studios, they are launching an all-new animated series based on one of their most successful titles. To tell us more about their forthcoming animated series and to unveil a special preview of their series, please welcome the CEO of Vimanika, Mr. Karanveer Arora, and also Ms. Maya Devdatta from Devdatta Marketing, and also Mr. Aruna. There you go. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the guys from Vimanika Comics.
Thank you. I don't have a presentation here to show and talk about Vimanika because I hope everyone knows about Vimanika Comics. We are an award-winning comics company. We've been in the business for the past 5 years, and we have about 5 titles of ours in the market. And one of them is getting to be made into a 3D animation, a 90-minute flick in 102 episodes. And we are very, very, in fact, we are honored and graced that we have the Maya Digital Studios team with us right here. You know, I'd like to introduce Mr. Devdutt Botnis, who's head of marketing, Maya Digital Studios Private Limited, and we have Aruna here, who's handling the MISCs, the academy in Maya, and of course Suhas Kadav, who's the director of the 3D animation, The Legend of Karna the Sixth, which is called Karna the Warrior Kid. So he is the head of the direction there. So I'd like to introduce you to Devdutt, and in fact he will go ahead and talk about Maya a little bit, and then of course we'll show you the exciting preview and the teaser that we have. Hope all you guys like it. You know, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Karan. Hello, everyone. Hello. Am I audible? Okay. Okay. I'm just waiting for the presentation to be loaded. Let me just tell you, for us at Maya, it's a huge honor to be here today. We are India's premier animation studio, and 2 of our most esteemed properties are like all over Comic-Con right now. We are converting Sons of Ram into 3D for Amar Chitra Katha, and Motu Patlu is our TV show that we've done for Lotpot. So we are looking at a lot of comic companies right now, and that's what brings us over here. And the launch of our next property, which is with Vimanika, is about to happen. Before that, I'll just quickly take you all through a little bit about what Maya is, what we have been doing, what is exactly that we are looking at this point in time. So I'll just run through a quick presentation on Maya. I'll speak about, okay, we as an animation studio pioneered this art and technology in India sometime in the 90s when animation was fairly new to India. So we started 3D animation at that point in time. And we've done work for some of the best international production houses and broadcast houses in terms of the animation and visual effects work that we've done for them. To name a few, we've done work for BBC, Disney, Sony, Electronics Arts, Ragdoll, the others, Brownback Films. And we've also won the best possible awards that are there for the animated content, the outsourced animated content that we've worked on. We have operations in Mumbai and Goa, which we've recently started. We are a 550-member team, and we are still growing at the moment. We've recently also launched MIST, Maya In-Studio Training, which my colleague Aruna is heading for us. In fact, out here, I would like to tell all the budding pre-production artists that Maya In-Studio Training is an advanced training module wherein you can come and take a flying start for your studio careers. These are the 3 pillars of Maya. Mr. Ketan Mehta, one of Indian cinema's most internationally acknowledged and awarded filmmaker, Ms. Deepa Sahi, versatile Indian actor, writer, producer, director, and Mr. Frank Foster, who is Maya's Hollywood connection. He's a Hollywood VFX veteran. So that's essentially the core team at Maya. And now coming to why we are here right now. Why is it that Maya is focusing on Indian content at the moment? In fact, I'm very happy to say over here for the Indian animation industry that it's a relatively mature phase. We are no longer restricted only to, content that's coming from abroad and getting dubbed, which is true for comic content as well, and which is why so many Indianized concepts are coming up. Hence, there's a trend that's coming up in terms of producing more Indian content, which is getting appreciated by the industry as well. And of course, because of new technology, there are far more avenues for content consumption, and hence demand for content. And as an animation studio, I would like to say out here that we are more than happy to accommodate the increase in the avenues. We would want to produce more and more Indian content. Our production qualities as an industry are evolving by the day. And I don't know how many of you guys have had a look at Motu Patlu, which is currently on air on Nickelodeon. In terms of the quality of animation for an Indian show coming out, it's definitely a benchmark. And thus the market is also more receptive. There's more demand for Indian content. That's what we are looking at. And most importantly, this is the main reason why Maya is focusing on Indian content, is till how long will our kids grow up on hand-me-down content? It's really high time that the Indian animation industry and the Indian comic industry produce original Indian content that our kids grow up on. That they have our own superheroes. That's what we are rooting for as a studio. And yes, now why we are here. Comics to animated content. Worldwide, it's a huge trend. It's catching up in India. And Maya as a studio wants to take over this cause. In fact, I'm happy to tell you that this is from an Indian market perspective, this is the third comic company tie-up that we are here for right now. Internationally also, we are doing content for comic houses. It's our firm belief that comics are typically a child's first interface with reading any type of content, and animation is yet again the child's first interface with consuming any content. So logically, yes, we do have to marry the both, and hence comic to animation content is a logical extension. And yes, we are here to search for more comic ideas, more Indianized comic concepts that we as a studio would like to develop into the best possible 3D, 2D animated concepts. What are we looking at? Concepts that are pure Indian as a studio. And again, concepts which have their roots in India, which can talk to the global audiences, which is where our association with Vimanika comes in. If you look at Vimanika Comics, the kind of content that they've been producing, it's rooted in India, yet it's extremely contemporary. It talks to a global audience. So that's the kind of content that we're looking for. Anything that can entertain kids of all ages. So these are the current projects that we are working on, which are comic to animated content conversion. First up is a series called The Centsables, Centsables. It's a pun on cents and cents. It's an American comic which gives kids financial literacy. And that's why the pun, cent and cents. So it's currently on air in the US. Every week we are producing one 22-minute episode, which is going on air simultaneously. I mean, as we produce it, it's going on air. Second is our very own Indian Loadport Comics, Motu Patlu, which Nickelodeon is currently airing right now. It's our first show for the Indian market. Thirdly, our film Sons of Ram, which is Amar Chitra Katha's film. They had created the 2D animated film. We as a studio are converting it into 3D. Stereoscopic 3D, and we are releasing it on 2nd of November, which is this Diwali vacation. And yes, our next venture is the 6th Karna the Warrior Kid, which is an extreme adventure, super action, total fun, animated TV film come TV show. We're looking at both the avenues. I'll quickly, Vimanika Comics, especially at this forum, does not need any introduction, but I'll quickly tell you what is it that we are looking at and what is the 6th Karna the Warrior Kid all about. Like you all know by now, it's based on the hugely popular The 6th Legend of Karna by Vimanika Comics. It's contemporarized, it's an adaptation of that comic whereby, as opposed to an adult protagonist in our story, it's the story of a 9-year-old boy in today's day and age who happens to be the reincarnation of Karna. So it's the tale of this great Indian warrior. It's an action-adventure treat which has a subtle connection in the Indian mythology. And it's got a completely contemporary treatment because one thing that all the comic lovers over here and animation enthusiasts out here have faced, that typically both in India have started off as a spin-off on mythological content, which also tends to get restrictive from a studio standpoint. At the same time, even a little bit repetitive. So we are essentially looking at content that is, if it is content like this, it has to be differentiated, just the way the 6th is. It's not a tale straight out of mythology. It's not going to give people lessons on what Karna did as a warrior. It's a contemporary take about this boy from today's day and age and his experiences, which will subtly have connections with the Mahabharata. And we are aiming mainly at kids 7 to 10 world over. That's our core target audience for this project. And yeah, before we move any further, I mean, in case anybody else would like to get in touch with regards to, you know, creating animated content out of your comic ideas or anything else where Maya as a studio which has pioneered animation in India could be of any help, please get in touch with me. I take care of the marketing at Maya. That's my email ID, phone number. And without any further delay, I would like to hand over the mic to Karan from Vimanika. Karan, would you please like to come on stage and tell us more about Vimanika? Thank you so much, guys. You've been a lovely audience. Thank you.
They were quite excited to show you. So the excitement spread. So basically, everybody knows about Vimanika, but still I'll just reiterate and reintroduce us to the people who don't know. Vimanika is a 5-year-old company, started out in 2008, but before that, 2006, we've been researching on a subject and the market and the Indian mythology because the niche of a company is Indian mythology. We started out to be a company which will deal with Asian, Celtic, Norse and Indian, but then we thought let's just keep it Indian because that's what motivated me. The main reason for people ask me what motivated you to start the company. I'll tell you the reason is Karna. Karna is a very important part of my life, and I thought why not I do something which I can show the world his life, his events, his historical events that are there, which people take as mythology, but I don't call it mythology. It is ancient history for our country and our culture. So I thought why not I do that, but I don't have the funds necessary or the experience to do anything to do with a movie with Karna because it's going to be a very epic movie, you know. So I thought why not let's just make a comic book. You can have the story out in the market. You can IPR it, and no one no one will snatch your story. It's copyright. Plus you'll get the response of the market. Is it good or not? And we got a good response on the 6th. People were really much. It's like a cult. It's building up slowly. It's slow, but it's strong. It's something that's going to create a loyal fan base. Compared to our other titles. So when we bumped, when we were introduced to Maya, Devdutt contacted us, and I was very, very excited and happy, and because Maya's name is there in the market, they're a very big firm and the big studios, and they had done something with the epic Ramayana. So I had seen that. I liked the work they had done, the environment they had done. So I said that okay, let's go ahead and move ahead with what they want to do with Karna. They are very excited about the whole concept and very passionate about it. So we look at 3D animation, look at Karna to create maybe not a revolution or evolution, but take the comic industry, the animation industry to another level. Like we have started out initially when we started out the comics business, people said it won't work in 2008. Mythology will not work. It's too outdated and it's too overdone. But it worked. So the thing is that animation also we want to do something very different and new and create that kind of a market for more comic publishers to create their content into animation formats, So we want to open that market. So without haste, I'd like to get Devdutt back on stage, and he'll introduce the rest of the team, and then we can show you the preview which you all been waiting for.
Thanks, Karan. Okay, now I wouldn't take too much of your time. Just 2 of my colleagues are out here. I'd like to call them on stage once again. Suhas Kadav, he's heading our animation department. He's a creative director at Maya. He'll be directing Karna the 6th as well. And my other colleague Aruna Kumar, like I mentioned to you guys before, Maya has recently started an in-studio training facility called Maya In-Studio Training, MIST as we like to pronounce it. And Aruna is heading the operations at MIST. So that's it now. And there are about 500 more people who are working on this project right now. And anybody else who's interested in working, please get in touch with us. Now, without any further delay, can we just unveil? Karan, can you join us as we unveil the first look? Thank you so much for your time and patience, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just tell you that we'll first start off as a 70-minute animated TV film on this project. And then there's a story bank of 104 stories, I believe, of 11 minutes each. So it'll be adventures of this boy. So that's what the writing work has already begun. And soon, hopefully, you'll see it on one of the leading channels in India. Thank you so much, guys, for your time and patience. Thanks a lot.